talking about the playoff race and said doesn't really think about teams you could catch or teams behind you. Feel like you just got to win the games you're supposed to win. As good as Philly is, does it always feel like you're supposed to win when you're at home? I mean, there's urgency in every game, but when you're at home, does it feel like to keep pace you need to win every home game?
I mean, it's just a matter of what you want to focus on, whether it's the standings race or the momentum that you need to build down the stretch of the season to find some type of confidence in how you perform in the playoffs and how everybody attacks their role and all that. I'm sure everybody has a little different vantage point, but it all leads to having a sense of urgency on winning the next game because of just the time of year we're in and what's at stake in the big short term and long term in terms of trying to reach a goal. So it all matters.
If I guess a quick follow, is part of that answer Draymond was saying the priority is the top six. It's just stay out of that play-in.
For sure.
How much do you feel that, I guess?
I mean, we knew how big that was in Dallas to get, a tiebreaker against them, and for us to feel like if we take care of business here at home, that will help us. We don't know what you can't control other than your win. So you definitely want to stay out of play-in tournament because you never know how that can go. A single game here or there, and it gives you an extra week to prepare for whatever first round series you might have. So I mean, if we can control that, we would like to do that.
It's also following up on Ron's questions. Draymond was talking about, he's a guy who really maybe doesn't love March basketball, but really gets up for that April, the playoff basketball. Jordan was in his post-game interview talking about it's playoff JP and stuff. Do you feel guys kind of making that shift, this team that historically has always really gotten up for playoffs, that it's kind of molding into that now?
I mean, yeah, but last year we were terrible in the last 12, 15 games. But the mindset's always there. You're trying to put together a solid run leading into the playoffs. Nobody wants to limp into the playoffs and then have to turn it on. I mean, we somewhat did that last year, but you'd rather not have that kind of uncertainty going in. No matter how it plays out, you want to be firing on all cylinders. And for us to bounce back and put together a solid string of games like we did the last two on the road tonight and hopefully, over this homestand, you just want to feel good going into whatever the playoff picture looks like.
What stood out to you about the way that Jordan played in the fourth quarter? And do you feel like, talking about flipping a switch, do you feel like a switch is flipping for him lately?
I think it's just clear that when you approach the game the right way in the sense of just your effort and focus across the board, that's not just a JP thing, that's like everybody, that good things usually happen, on both sides of the ball. So I think we had 19 in the fourth. He competed on the other end and got rewarded for it. And he was just very assertive and decisive the whole frame. So for us to have the versatility to call his number for a majority of the fourth, understanding how they were guarding us and him taking up space and creating driving lanes and knocking down big shots, it was a fun way to play, and to see him go off. And then they made a couple adjustments. I got loose for a couple shots, so Clay got open. Everybody was a threat, and JP started the whole thing for us. So it's just a matter of him being ready for whatever he's asked to do and whatever the game requires. Might not always be crazy scoring, but it's just being aggressive and being ready. And he was definitely that tonight.